We are in Stanserhorn, a mountain near Lucerne.
More precisely above the town of Stans in Canton Nidwalden. At 1898 meters, it is not the tallest peak in the region, but what it lacks in height, it makes up with incredible views and special journey to the top. It is
famous for its open-air CabriO cable car.
The journey to Stanserhorn starts at the Funicular station in Stans. Stanserhorn has become increasingly popular, so it is a good idea to reserve boarding time in advance. We didn't and ended waiting for about an hour after buying our tickets. The first part of the journey is on a historic funicular railway, originally built in 1893. It was one of Switzerland's first electric mountain railways, and at the time the steepest funicular in the world. The funicular gently climbs through green pastures and meadows, offering scenic views of Mount Pilatus, Lake Lucerne, and the surrounding landscape as you ascend. In the 1970s, a fire destroyed the upper section of the funicular, along with the hotel on Stanserhorn. The damaged portion was later replaced by gondola. In 2012, this was upgraded to something unique: the world's first double-decker cable car with an open-air upper deck. At the mid-station Kelti, you change from the funicular to the cable car that takes you to the top of Stanserhorn. For the best experience, head upstairs. A staircase inside the cabin leads to the open-air roof, where you can feel the breeze and enjoy unobstructed views of the landscape. But keep in mind, it is a popular spot, so the upper deck can get crowded. The journey to the top takes about 7 minutes and is incredibly scenic. In the summer months, you can also hike up from Stans, but it takes 4 to 5 hours and is quite demanding. As you near the summit, you can spot the remains of the old funicular. The cable car drops you right by the restaurant terrace, where you can pick boarding time pass for your descent. My son and I picked it and head straight for the trail, circling the peak. The trail is called the Gipfelrundweg and is 1.2 kilometer circular trail that is easy, scenic and enjoyable for most visitors, including families with kids.
Stanserhorn is also known for its wonderful views, and as you can see, they are awesome.
If you follow the Gipfelrundweg, you'll be rewarded with beautiful views from every side of the mountain. The first stop along the trail is a small marmot enclosure, where you might spot these adorable animals. And if the real marmots are hiding, a cute photo prop nearby makes for a fun little stop. After about 10 minutes of gentle uphill walking, you reach the summit viewpoint of Stanserhorn, a spot that is absolutely worth the short climb, even if you don't plan to complete the entire circular trail. On a clear day, you can see Swiss lakes like Lake Lucerne, Lake Zug, and Lake Sarnen. You can also spot some of the Switzerland's most famous mountain peaks such as Pilatus, Jungfrau, and Titlis. When visibility is especially good, you can see as far as Germany and Austria. The Gipfeler Rundweg itself is a mix of paved and gravel paths, with few gentle inclines and steps along the way. Hiking boots are not necessary, comfortable walking shoes are perfectly enough. Most people complete the trail in about 30 minutes, depending on their pace and how many stops they make along the way. Of course, if you have a little rocket like my son leading the adventure, you might finish even faster.
Sarnensee, Lake Sarnen.
The hiking trail from Stans I've mentioned before is not the only way to reach Stanserhorn on foot. There are also hiking routes from Dallenwil and Wertzwili. These are beautiful but demanding, so unless you are properly equipped and physically ready, don't casually attempt to hike down the mountain. Once we finished the Gipfeler Rundweg, we stopped at the viewing platform next to the restaurant terrace. Added in 2003, this platform offers awesome panoramic views too. However, it was quite busy during our visit, so we didn't stay long. We walked past the very busy revolving restaurant Rondorama and continued to the Grand Tour of Switzerland photo spot. This viewpoint is perfect place to watch the CabriO cable car ascending and descending against the majestic backdrop of Mount Pilatus. Definitely a spot worth checking out. From this angle, you also get a nice view of the restaurant. However, it may not remain the same for long, as the restaurant is expected to undergo a major upgrade planned for 2028. Overall, I think Stanserhorn is a fantastic mountain to visit. I may be repeating myself, but the views from the top are truly amazing, and the journey itself is part of experience. Riding the open-top cable car and historic funicular is both fun and exciting. It is also a great destination if you're short on time, as you don't need the whole day to enjoy it. That said,
Unfortunately, the mountain is not super exciting for children because there is no playground, but there are more marmots.
Which adds a nice touch to the visit. To wrap things up, Stanserhorn is relaxed, scenic and rewarding trip that is definitely worth considering for your Swiss travel list. So, would you visit Stanserhorn? Or have you already been? Let me know in the comments.